In this Google Sheets how-to video, I'm going to show you how to create a drop-down menu inside of a cell, as well as a dynamic list that's based on that drop-down cell. So what you could use that for is to be able to view class lists really quickly. If you have multiple classes with multiple student lists, you can have them in one spot here if you need to print them out or whatever. So to do that, so let's just do a couple of headings first. So first, the drop-down menu itself is going to be the class. So we're going to have the drop-down menu in this cell here, and then based on that, we're going to have our student list. So let's give these cells a little bit of formatting here, make them look pretty. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is have to create the content for our drop-down menu. So in order to do that, what I like to do is start a new sheet, and we're going to separate it here. So we'll do your class, like basically titles or courses up top. So say there's an English class, math class, history class. So since they're headings, again, we'll give them a little bit of formatting here. Sure. Okay, and then what you're going to want to do is put in your student lists here. So just to save some time, I have a couple lists it's already made. So there. So say those are all of our student names. And I just gave them all unique numbers just so you can see how the lists work. Okay, so what we want to do now is name the ranges of our students. So all that is basically putting a label on a range of cells. So since we have our 6 students here, but what I'm going to do is plan a little bit for the future. So if there's students added to the course, the functionality is still going to work. So we'll just select a few extra cells here. And I'm going to right click and choose define named range, and now all this is just putting a label on it. So since this is the English class, we'll just call this English, and we'll repeat the same thing for math and history. So again, just select the rows or the cells, give it a name, so we'll call this math, and give this a name, and we'll call this history. Okay, so now we have our 3 classes with our 3 class lists. So now let's populate the dropdown. So in order to do a drop-down list inside of a cell, you need to click the cell or highlight the cell that you'd like the list to appear. Go to Data, Data Validation, and make sure it says List from a Range. So basically make a list from a range of cells. So we're just going to click the little icon here, and it's going to ask what we want to select. Flip back over to our sheet, and we'll select just our courses now. So English, math, history, and I'm going to select a couple extras here, again for the same principle as adding extra students. So if you add extra courses, the functionality is still going to work, and it's going to update it automatically. So you can see I've highlighted 2 extra cells here, so we'll let that go, select OK. So we just make sure that it's A1 to E1 that we want. That's right, hit save. Now if we flip back over here, we'll see a little arrow here. So now there we have our drop down of our 3 courses. So English, math, and history. And now we're going to basically give you the student list based on the class selection up here. So in order to do that, we're going to use the indirect function. So we hit equals, we start typing indirect. So we select that, and then we want to do an indirect based on our drop-down cell. So we select the drop-down cell, close up our bracket, hit enter, and English should be students 1 to 6. Flip back over here just to make sure that's right. So we have English, students 1 to 6. Math is 7 to 12. History is 13 to 18. So we'll just make sure that those are working. So we select math. There's our second set of students. History, there's our third set. And now, since I left the extra spaces here, we're gonna add another class. So say now I need to teach a geography class or whatever. So we'll do the same thing here. So I'll highlight the range of students, name it, give it geography as the name, hit done. So now, since when we originally set it up we selected A to E, now this should automatically update our drop-down list. So geography with students 19 to 24 should now be in our sheet. So if we select this, now you can see we have geography, and there's our 19 to 24 students.